G'day guys, Chris here, Midlife Carpentry. Welcome back to another installment. Now today we are going to have a bit of a chat about 5 principles that are handy for construction, handy for renos, that sort of stuff, and even I reckon some furniture makers will probably appreciate it. And if you are a carpentry apprentice out there, these 5 principles will be something that will be a part of your apprenticeship from the get-go, and yeah, they might, what I say today might even be able to help you to understand them a little bit more. So let's get stuck in. Let's talk about 5 key principles you need for construction. All right, let's go. The first principle I wanted to really have a chat to you about is what's known as true, okay? When something is true, it is in reference to whether it is level. Now, this is often achieved with a level, okay? Funnily enough, so a level helps you level, okay? This little bubble in the middle is the key part to any level, all right? And you want to be achieving in between those lines, okay, as best as possible, evenly on both sides, okay? So that's your level position, all right? That's where you want to be level. The next principle I want to talk about is the opposite of level, and it is plumb. So it's heading back the other way, all right? So instead of level being or true, being true is on the horizontal plane, being plumb is on the vertical, so the up and the down. So you can achieve that a couple of ways, in fact, all right? One of which is, of course, with your level as well. So we'll bring that into the throw as well. So we're holding a level upright. We've got the bubble in a different direction. Same deal again. We'll line up between the lines, and that helps us to get plumb. Now, sometimes you don't have a level this big. Sometimes you need a level this big to make something plumb, or check for level and stuff like that too. So bigger levels are a good way to go. But if you do need to transfer from a large distance of height, you can do it with a laser. That's probably the most technological way these days. Or you can obviously use what they call a plumb bob, okay? Now, I don't actually own a plumb bob, but I do utilize my string line at times, my chalk line at times, to do exactly what a plumb bob does. And it is relatively within. The thing about a plumb bob, okay, is it's actually got a sharp point so you can get a bit more accurate. So this, ideally, here, this line here in front of us now is plumb, okay? So if you need to transfer a distance from the top of the ceiling and find out, hang on, where does that hit the floor? You basically put your string line up at the top there, so put it up on top, and you drop this down to the distance you want it, lift it off the ground a little bit so it's able to hang and settle, okay? And then from there you can work out, hang on, that's directly below a beam or a joist or something like that, all right? So you know where you're sitting. But there, like I said, this day and age, most people have lasers and it kind of covers that, but sometimes you don't have access to lasers. So set yourself up with a plumb bob, straight piece of string, it'll always go plumb. So let's have a chat about square. So that's my third principle that I'm bringing up today, is when things are square. Now, something is often square, okay, when you have a horizontal plane, so you are plumb and you are true, okay? When you have both those axes joined up in the middle there, where that little right angle piece is, that will be square, okay? That's pretty much how it kind of works. So if you are out on your level or you are out on your plumb, then you will see that sort of flow and effect when trying to get square in other areas, okay? So it's very important to keep that in mind, keep true and plumb, and things will be square, okay? Sometimes you need a square for other stuff where you can't actually make it true or plumb. So for example, furniture building cabinets, that sort of stuff. Checking for square. Now, a couple of different ways you can do it. You can do a 3, 4, 5, okay? So it's a 3, 4, 5 triangle. Basically, you have, so you have your 2 axes, all right? Top and bottom, you come along 3, you come down 4, and wherever it meets 5 on your tape, you can pretty much guarantee that that will end up being your square. So you have a carpenter square, a speed square, and even a combination square will even help you out with you getting things square. All right, so keep those in mind. You do actually need a reference for things to be square, or you do your 3, 4, 5, and that'll help you out too. So the fourth item I wanted to bring out was I want to talk about parallels. All right, now parallels obviously are very important when you're working with existing areas and stuff. So if you're trying to build a wall off an existing wall, it's very important to try and get that parallel line. Parallels easy enough to do, okay, sure, fair enough, but you've got to remember that your parallels can shift, okay? So you can still have the same measurement between these 2 points, okay, but they might be offset, okay? So always keep that in mind. Always understand that you still need to get your cross line and cross reference right to ensure that your 2 parallels aren't offsetting each other, all right? But to get parallel, you are measuring basically from one point to another, and you're double checking further down the track, one point to another, that these points marry up, okay? That's parallel. And the last and final is the diagonals. Now, when I was talking about parallel before, you might be trying to build something, build a frame or something like that, and you want to check that that you're going to be square and lined up and everything. You can do your diagonals. Now, your diagonals are from top to bottom, okay, of these 2 points. So this point here down to that point there, this point here down to that point there. All right, and that's your diagonals to check corner to corner. And what will that do is you'll be able to adjust and tweak these two positions to the point where they're both even at top and bottom. Okay, so you just shift them where you need to. Okay, so be it a couple of bits of timber. A classic example, we built a shed the other day, and that was exactly what we needed to do. We needed to check our diagonals so we can get our roof pitch to sit where it needs to be, and before we tightened everything up. And within reason, it kind of worked. It's not too bad. It was a big shed, so there was variances and discrepancies in there, but yeah, that concept worked while I was on the ground, building the portals, worked on diagonals, worked on parallels, got ourselves set up, double checked our 3, 4, 5 squares as well, and yeah, we're a way to go. Hopefully I've helped at least someone out there to get the hang of those concepts, so those principles. Now, like I said, true, plumb, square, remember your parallels, remember your diagonals. If you can keep those in check, and then obviously check your consistencies with your measuring and all that sort of stuff, and yeah, I can't see you having any major dramas when it comes to construction. All right, it's that easy, simple. Those 5 principles, just do the whole lot. Easy now. All right, that's it today, guys. Thanks again for watching Build On Legends. We will chat again soon, or see you on the next one. I will probably even do a couple of basic hand tools sort of videos, a little bit of training, that sort of thing, see if that can help you guys out too. But yeah, if you have any suggestions or comments or things you want to see, throw it in there, let me know. I want to hear it in the comments. Hit a like, hit a subscribe, muchly appreciated. And yeah, we'll chat again soon, eh guys? Alright, see ya, bye.